what you saying, Bat? Bye.
Yes, yes, ladies and gentlemen, you are tuned into the Skid Row Show with me, Streakz Tha Long Ting. Sorry, I said that wrong. Streakz Tha Long Ting! Yow! Right, we're at Pirate Studios. Quick stop and chat with Sleep's cousin and the goat main Liu, who is... Can you, for the benefit of the camera, can you just poke? There he is. He's in here. In the place to be.
We promise he's here.
We went there. Right, so let's tell listening land, as Ozzy once dubbed them, what you've been up to recently, what you're working on.
So literally just today before you got here, we recorded my feature for a Gangsta Hippie project. So a track with Ricky Licks.
Oh, yeah.
Liu will be able to tell you more about the rollout of that project and everything. I'm just happy to have a verse on it, you know. So I put the verse down, and that's what we were doing earlier today. And then working on a track with a super secret feature that I'm going to keep super secret for now because I'm very excited about it. Okay. And other than that, I've just been working on having the crustiest lips in the rap game, so I've forgotten my cocoa butter. So that's been pretty much me.
Do you actually have a sponsor for your cocoa butter yet?
Not yet, but
are you working on
I'm aiming for Palmer's, yeah.
Right, okay.
I'm going for the big leagues. I want to get hooked up by like Palmer's, Rustlers, Thatchers, like Rennies if they're going.
I was going to say, what, do Rustlers actually make their own lip balm?
Oh, mate, yeah. No, you get the spicy Rustlers or overcook it, burn your lips, then the Palmer's cocoa butter, and then to cope with the trauma, you have a Thatcher's afterwards.
Right. And then so there's a process.
Oh, yeah, always. This is all very intensely thought out.
Just because I think you might have seen it. Have you seen the video where they make a house out of meat? Have you seen that?
Yeah, I have.
The abattoir house. Yeah. I thought you might have seen it, so I thought I'd mention that.
I love that. That's like, you look like a man who's seen that. It's like, yeah, I am.
No, I've got a friend who loves barbecuing, so it's his go-to thing. He'll find like videos of like houses made of meat and just...
Oh, this is like a whole thing.
It's not an actual house. It's not built. It's like life size.
Okay.
It's not built to scale.
Like walking down a cul-de-sac and they're just like, that's the lamb house, that's the steak house, and
you've got the rotting meat house and it's just like covered in flies.
That's the one that's just been there for too long. Yeah, they've been evicted, so it's just...
It gets really good sunlight though.
Bit too good.
So we've gone off track on a streaky long tangent. So the gig, you had a gig at Gringo's the other week.
Yeah, man, that was really good. Yeah, so that was put together by James and James from Bastard, and then G from Bastard was also doing the sound for the event and everything. Those are some good guys. I've been to... I think I've been on the bill with them before, but I've definitely been to their shows in the past and everything. So
is that like one of your punk connections?
Yeah, well, I don't know if connections would be a good word now, but I definitely started out as a fan of them before I knew them as people.
But then through the music, they become fans of you as well.
I guess so. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so James got to put on like 3 nights as a trial thing with Andrew from Gringo's. It was like basically you can have these 3 nights, see how they go. If they work well, then you can be our events guy. Like on more long term. So he put on a couple heavy nights and then did a rap night and got me to headline it, which was really nice of him. And then I sort of helped him with picking the rest of the lineup. So as much as he liked the idea of having a rap night, supports the idea of there being a local rap scene, likes rap music, like he was open to the fact that like he doesn't know as many people in the scene as I might do or whatever.
So he went through you to put the scene.
Yeah, so he very much put it together, but I was like his sort of right-hand man, almost, at least in the picking thing stage. As far as the night was concerned, I just performed and got pissed, so I wasn't anyone's right-hand man then. I wasn't any good to anyone.
You had performances on the night from Sabuku, you had performances from Baker, myself, so you had Ricky Licks.
And then Liu spinning it all, and then Baker spun for Sabuku as well. So, everyone was mucking in with everyone. It was great. I think I was on like 3 or 4 out of the 5 sets that night. I was on it in one way or another. It was just cool. Everyone's helping each other out. Everyone's getting involved. It's good, man. And
good energy.
Yeah, being in Gringo's as well. Like, I mean, when I first started getting gigs getting gigs at all, it was either Owl Sanctuary, which is now Voodoo Daddies. Back in my day, we were Owl Sanctuary ball. But then...
I thought you were too old. I didn't think you were old enough to say back in the day. There you go.
Too old enough to get away with being badly behaved.
There you go.
But yeah, so it was Owl Sanctuary and Gringos. So it's just cool to keep going back to Gringos, you know. Like it's just, but this is a PSA that they need to reopen that downstairs smoking area. I know that they've got a kitchen now and the burritos are great and all, but that downstairs smoking area is a piece of my soul and I need it back.
It'd be a good place to do interviews down there as well.
That would be solid, yeah.
Because it's just got that sort of like, I'm not going to say it's the lighting, I was going to say it's dingy down there.
Yeah, it feels like how a smoking area of a venue of shows of that size should be. You know, like there's old IPA remnants on the wood decking and like half of the chairs have been put through and that was right, you know, that was almost meant to be like that.
So is there any word on when the next gig's going to be? Is it on like a monthly basis or quarterly?
Oh, I'm just taking as many as I can get, to be honest.
I mean with the Gringos nights.
Oh, with specifically with Gringos. I'm not sure. Word on the street is, well, basically what I heard from James was that he wants to do a like a hardcore and hip hop crossover kind of night. So I'm well up for that. I'm just waiting to hear when it is, and then I'll be right there. But I don't know when that is yet. He's just mentioned that he want to do it, so we're going to go off that pretty much. But as for us, say like or anyone that doesn't know, sort of thing, if you come to a Sleep's Cousin show, it's always Liu on the decks and then Baker up there doing my backups and a bit of back and forth between he and I on stage.
Just for representation again, Liu, can you wave your hand in front of the camera? That's Liu, ladies and gentlemen. He talks with his hands.
The magic hand of Liu. So our next show is 8th of April, and that's at the, what's it called? The Star of Kings or something. It's in King's Cross. So, yeah, that's put on by Slippy Skills, who's the guy. He's been putting me on shows for a good old while. He's a good bloke. He's one of those people that I just bump into every now and then, and it's not always music related. Like, it'll be, you know, he put me on once years ago.
You've actually got a rapport with him as a person.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, he put me on for a show years and years ago. I met him at a Slam Jam show even more years ago than that. Then I bumped into him at a Cult Mountain show. Neither of us like playing, just both there as fans, and bumped into him. And then I was just like staying with a mate of mine when they were at uni. So I was in some off license in Elephant and Castle, and I was like, wait, I recognise that voice, asking for King Skins. That's him! Slippy, what's good, bro? Like, he's just about. So, but yeah, it'd be good to see him again. But
it was the seeing each other in the off license that really sealed.
That was completely it. That was like, okay, this is a person that's going to be a part of my life for a while now.
Man smokes a similar brand of Rislin.
Exactly, yeah. Oh, he's an OCB man, just like myself, you know. At least as far as like high street, non-head shop King Skins, like OCB, you know, like they have them in Morrison's. Like you got to have quite a reputable brand of long skin to have them in a Morrison's, like. And most of these places don't even stock Raw, so OCB, especially round here in the country, you know, like Raw hasn't quite hit the countryside superstores yet, has it? But regardless, the show is on the 8th of April, and it's at the Star of Kings. And if you find me on Instagram, you can get a ticket, or you can pull up and get a ticket on the door. But to reserve your place, you could buy a ticket from the link in my bio. And I've got new merch and stuff. And there's like so many people on the lineup. Like the lineup looks on purpose. The lineup looks like a newspaper front page. So it's like so many headings. It's just so many acts.
No, I do believe I've seen that on social media. Yeah,
so there's going to be loads of people there. It should be a really good night. But yeah, that's the next one, 8th of April in London.
We'll circulate the flyer on the Skid Row Show Facebook page and the Skid Row Instagram as well. So if you haven't seen it, you'll see it on there as well.
Yeah, ball.
So obviously off the back of these gigs, there's going to be a new album, new project from you and Liu dropping.
Yeah, man.
What's the running title on that?
Running title is Sleepover. I've bravely put it as Sleep Tape Volume 1, which implies there will be more, but we haven't recorded any more of them yet, but I just really like the idea and want there to be more of them. So basically the way this one came about was that Liu and I were staying in Stratford because some mates of ours were, well, some of them still are, but at different places, but were film students at Ravensbourne Uni. And I say it's not what you know, it's who you know. I was lucky enough that they made one of their film projects to be the music video for the song Still. So the first...
If you haven't seen that yet, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you get on YouTube and check that out. Where can they find that?
That is on the Little Leaf Recordings YouTube channel.
Dope video.
Yeah,
dope
that is my
the
best video that I've been involved with.
Really love the drums on that as well.
Oh, it's all it's all good. But yeah, so the first time we went to go and record that video, Liu and I got there, and then about half an hour later, we found out that one of the lads we were staying with had tested positive. So we then all had to isolate for 10 days. Yeah. But like, I don't know, it must have been some sort of divine intervention, because we never tend to bring, if we're going somewhere and staying the night for a show, like, we don't tend to bring recording stuff. But because we were going to be there for a week, the original idea was like, yeah, we'll shoot the video in the day, come back in the evening and make a track, and you know, however many tracks will be a project, expecting like 3 or 4 whatever. So we had all of the recording stuff, well, a simplified version. So we had like a Focusrite, a desktop mic stand mic, you know, a very stripped down version of recording stuff. And then, so yeah, it turns out that a couple of the lads tested positive, so we all had to isolate. And luckily we had everything we needed to make an album. Liu had his MacBook, and then mic, interface, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it ended up being, what was it, like 9-10 tracks, something like that, maybe 11. Yeah, recorded over the 10 days, and yeah, I'm well chuffed with it. But I like the idea of it being like a mixtape, because the last album being very concept album-ish, and I often manage to bog myself down with trying to make some piece of highbrow arts and all that. Whereas this was like, I'm a rap words, because rapping words is fun, and I like punchlines, and you know what I mean? So like, Liu brought the stankiest beats out, and then I was just trying to think of bars as opposed to like some highbrow profound whatever. So I think it's loads of fun. I really like it. Haven't got a release date yet. We're waiting on just getting a few of the music videos sorted, because for a mixtape, there's going to be like 4 music videos all in all. But yeah, so that'll be cool. That'll be out before summer, but other than that, I'm not sure exactly when it's going to be out, but soon.
The title of that again is?
Sleepover. Or in long, Sleep Tape Volume 1, Sleepover. So
somewhere in your promo, like, you ever seen those videos, or you've heard those tapes with like people listen to actually help them get to sleep? Yeah. Oh, that'd be perfect. Actually, I've been saving memes that involve music to like make little memes of it for when it comes out and everything. But I like the idea to, like, going forward, if we do that again, like, or I'm gonna put it out there and say, when we do that again, when we're like staying away somewhere for a longer period of time, you know, anything like a couple nights or anything more, to bring like the simplified recording stuff with us, and like make a tune. So like, I mean, the first one came about, these were all made within that 10 days. But I like the idea that like the Sleep Tape series will be something where if we're staying away for a few nights, we make a few tracks, those few tracks are the next Sleep Tape, or half of the Sleep Tape, or whatever, you know, like, it's a good way of doing it. It should be good. And there's so many things you can play off of with sleep. So this one's Sleepover, and then you could have like Sleeping Pills, Sleeper Cell, Sleeper Agent. Like, there's so much fun you can. And obviously, being in different environments, different cities, different places,
is it. Like,
you're gonna have all different types of inspiration going on. This is it.
I wrote about stuff I wouldn't normally write about, just because we were there, you know. Yeah, man. And just based on the circumstance we were there from, that, you know, brought a lot of bars out of it as well. And then there's a couple. There is a couple skit songs, but a lot of them just go hard, so it feels like devaluing it to call it a skit. But then there is one that's just an all-out donk track. So I've got a video for that in a shell suit and all that, so that should be fun. Okay. I'm gonna hassle you for an exclusive. Can we get an exclusive for the show? Get an exclusive for the show? Yeah. I'm saying that in earshot of Goatman as well, because he's gonna know as well. Just for can you just wave to the camera? The producer Liu, talk to his hand. Wait, do you mean an exclusive bit of track or an exclusive bit of information? Well, this obviously is going to be on YouTube. Okay. But it's also going to go out on the radio show, so you could treat the listeners. I thought you meant like exclusive information. I was trying to think of like, what's some like juicy goss about like the Sleep's cousin law that I can give you. First thing came to mind is that Nescafe Zero is the best home coffee brand, and I'll fight anyone that disagrees with me. Trying to think of any other like scoop, you know what I mean? Evian water is better than Buxton water, and I'll stand on that. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to think of more, but like as far as like exclusive songs that's more relevant to an actual broadcast to do with rap music, of course you can. Name a song and we've got it for you. But I thought you wanted the exclusive scoop, but I don't have anything interesting enough.
So what track do you want to get into?
What's your favourite?
None of them.
Yeah, fair.
You just want to talk about your up-and-coming project as well, don't you?
No.
What about a little bit of Slow Burn? Or maybe Candice? Candice, dick. Fit in your mouth, son.
At this point, we're looking for a song.
In the few moments my mind was left to wander, I've just pictured this, right? You know how when strippers strip, they've got the like whatever music it is. I can't remember. Like it's probably like a Barry White song or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine like someone goes out, they take the stage, they take the pole, and the Match of the Day theme tune start. Like, that was where my mind went in those few seconds.
Special type of woman that's going to do that. Isn't it?
Oh, the real ones.
Yeah.
That's what we call a ride or die in the industry. We're gonna go for I think actually a little bit
Can't play it though.
oh yeah, a little bit of
Loaded chips.
I think that might be the ticket.
Right,
The end's getting gloomy for a minute.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, an exclusive from Sleep's cousin. Track title.
Loaded chips.
Right.
The end's getting gloomy for a minute.
Lifted from Sleepover. Sleep Tape Volume 1.
That's the chap.
Dropping soon.
Through Little Leaf Recordings, all production by Liu.
Bang, bang.
Doop, doop.
Burger and some loaded chips. Wait a minute while I'm rolling this. I missed the story, but I know the gist. But you wouldn't even notice it. I cleared my plate, feeling pretty lean off this. I ain't getting on, boy, it's been a bit. I ain't been about because I've been on bits. Might be mad, but you can't blame my reasoning. I used to do drugs to kill time, and I still might. Got the bug, watch it germinate here in real time. This is real life, no trial or a title sequence, one of a kind. But these giant shoulders shine beneath us. Recite the thesis on a high, cause you try to reach it. Don't think I'll hang.
This is
with
where we
them again.
Pootie tang.
It's nice to meet them. The action either here or there, but I don't like the
Damn, Pootie don't even need no words. So, I mean, other than where's Baker today? Where's the other part of Sleep's cousin?
I think Baker's probably working today, I'd assume.
Shouts out to Baker.
Yeah, shouts out to Baker.
We're going to have an interview talking about his upcoming project coming very soon on the show. So listen and look out for that. Goat Main. Do you want to talk about your album?
No.
No?